China has a Great Firewall. Is that a violation of human rights? Why? Although China has 1.4 billion people, yet can't use Google, TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, X, Facebook, Pornhub, Snapchat, WhatsApp, Telegram, and many others more. But despite that, almost everyone in China owns a smartphone and uses 5G networks. So what do they use? And why it's a good thing for almost everyone? Let me tell you. First, it's because many of these platforms refuse to follow Chinese laws. Companies like Apple, Tesla, however, do comply. For example, in 2023, Apple sold 33.8 million iPhones in the US, but sold 46 million in China. In 2024, Tesla sold 633,000 vehicles in the US, but 657,000 in China. China's market is bigger than their own home country. Second, China has its own alternatives, many of which are arguably better and more user-friendly. How do I know that? Because I use them all, okay? Take WeChat, it's a super app that combines the features of Facebook, X, Instagram, WhatsApp, Signal, Medium, Apple Pay, Uber, Zoom, 9, PayPal, instant games, and TikTok, and even more. It's incredibly convenient. Okay, now you might be thinking, wow, that sounds like a terrifyingly powerful company, but Chinese people don't seem worried. Why? First, WeChat has competitors like Douyin, that's a Chinese version of TikTok, like Xiaohongshu, which is Rednote, a social e-commerce app, and Alipay, a mobile payment platform, among others. WeChat can't be a monopoly. More importantly, in China, big companies fear the government, not the other way around. Sure, companies might be able to bribe a few corrupt officials here and there, but they can't engage in systematic mobbing to get laws written in their favor. For instance, Jack Ma, once the richest man in China, tried to use Alibaba's influence to push his own interests, but the government cracked down hard. Since 2020, he hadn't been nearly as bold as he used to. I know some might ask, but isn't the government scary too? How can people trust it? And yes, governments should never be blindly trusted. They need oversight. But for now, the Chinese public is generally satisfied with their government. If there are changes in the future, so will the public's view. At least for now, many Chinese people believe their government is more trustworthy than a bunch of global mega corporations. Now here's the interesting part. China's Great Firewall might actually be a good thing. And here are 6 reasons why. Number 1, it helps Western mainstream media. Because of the firewall, people outside China can't easily verify what's happening inside unless they visit in person. This information gap allows these outlets to keep spreading negative stories about China and profiting from them. Number 2, it helps Western conservatives. Since they can't see how quickly China is developing, they don't feel the pressure of comparison. That helps preserve their sense of national pride, however misplaced. Number 3, it helps Western politicians. They can criticize the firewall as a symbol of oppression, claiming Chinese people have no freedom. Children can access porn in the West, but China can't. Outrageous, right? Number 4, it helps the Chinese government. It reduces the cost of managing public opinion and protects less educated citizens from falling for Western disinformation or propaganda, but encourages highly educated citizens to go aboard and experience everything by themselves. Number 5, it helps those who actually need access. Chinese students, researchers, and companies who truly need to access foreign websites can apply for government permission. It doesn't hurt China's information advantage because all Chinese students are required to study English, often for 10 years or even more. Number 6, it might help the whole world. Imagine if everyone in the world could only use products from one company and that company was American, yet powerful enough to influence the US government itself on the company's behalf. Wouldn't that be even more dangerous than today's situation? Isn't it better to have alternatives? Of course, I'm not saying that the whole world should only use Chinese technology either. Competition is essential. A global monopoly, no matter where it's based, it's not good for anyone, okay? Follow me, more insights.